critically well received at all, and it makes it better. It makes the original film a lot better, and I just love how it's like a kind of a traditional haunted house feeling kind of movie, with as far as like the scares and the setup and everything. So your hardcore horror fans are going to go in and they'll be, I'm sure they're going to be like, oh, it's not, this isn't scary or anything I haven't seen, but it's more so the execution of the film that I really loved. And the demon looks cool. I really liked it. It's fun, and it was a great film to come out right before it, because it got to shine, and it wasn't I guess like overcome. If they had brought that out after it probably wouldn't have
been overshadowed by
it completely. And so and Annabelle still to this right now, even competing with it, is still one of the highest grossing horror films ever, which is really cool. At least
so like you said, it came out at the right time, because it came out in August, which is kind of a dead time in the summer, and this August was terrible.
And everybody waiting for it, they were like, let's go see this.
And I think that had a lot to do with why it did so well. It's because there wasn't a whole lot going on, and it was a perfect time to release it, and that's why a lot of people went to go watch it.
And with that said, the performances, was Anthony LaPaglia. Lulu Wilson, Talithia Bateman, Stephanie Sigmund, all of them, like the whole cast they do a really good job. It's pretty realistic, and it's I would say a period piece too.
Because it's is it the 50s? When does it take place? Because I remember
It's the 40s?
It might even be earlier than that.
Yeah, it might be earlier than that, because I feel like they don't have much out there.
Because when did the first Annabelle take place? Was that in the 60s?
Yeah, because it was around like Charles Manson-ish. Like, weird.
I would say that was probably about 30 years. 30 years before that.
You know what? At the beginning of the first Annabelle is back in the 70s, and then it becomes contemporary, I think. I don't think it's a set in the 70s, the first film, entirely. I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
Okay. I'm trying to... Because I remember The Conjuring, the first Conjuring starts out with them finding the Annabelle. It's early 70s?
Yeah.
When they do that,
and they take her.
Yeah.
I like how they're in that same universe, or at least they're keeping the same doll.
Or they're building it.
Yeah, that Conjuring universe, or whatever you want to call it.
No, that's what
they call it. Okay.
Yeah, and they got The Nun coming out. Soon too. So
is that one supposed to be like it's a spin-off, right?
Yeah, of the Conjuring 2 villain.
Okay. But is that going to be like the Conjuring 3?
No, it's called The Nun.
Okay.
Yeah. With Tessa Farmiga, your girl. Your woman.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Alyssa. I'm sorry.
Blow me up.
But yeah, what do you guys think about the movie? I know you haven't.
I haven't seen it, but I haven't seen either of them.
I like that. I went on your recommendation, killing time before I went to have to run Dunkirk on 70mm forever. And I stepped into the theater and watched Annabelle before my shift, and it was good. Yeah, I liked it. I liked how, like you said, they kind of went with some of the older tricks to scare you. And more use of sound and the lighting, and instead of a lot of CGI stuff, and that's what I thought kind of added to the scary factor of it, was just doing the older tricks.
Especially because it midway through it turns into pretty much a possession film, and that's when it really gets scary because of the little girl's. I feel like she really fucking sells sells it. You know what I mean? At least to me, watching it, in the big screen, I was like, this is really good.
The girl in the movie, what is she from? Something else?
There's the.
She was in the Ouija.
Okay, yeah,
like the second
familiar.
Ouija movie.
Yeah, that prequel, which is also really good.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen that, you should check it out.
I like the second one because it had the cigarette burns.
Yeah,
like they shot the Ouija, the second Ouija movie, almost like real changes. Like a horror movie that you would be watching in the 70s on film, and every time they would go for the real change, you would see the cigarette burns in the top right hand corner, and then the scene would change, like a splice would go through, or they would hit the changeover on the projector, and that's one of the things I really liked about the second Ouija movie.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's it. Moving on back to Chris.
Yes. Okay. My next pick is Get Out.
Oh.
Which I don't know if you guys had.
I do
on the list. I told you there was probably going to be plenty that are overlapping. Yeah. But Get Out, which was really, really good in kind of the vein of the Stepford Wives, if you guys are familiar with the Stepford Wives. It just was really great. It was a huge movie. And that's another one that kind of came out at the right time when there wasn't a whole lot going on, but it was a Blumhouse production, right? Mm-hmm. And I know that guy usually works on the cheap, so their movie turned a profit of, like 3,000%. Like some crazy number, because it only cost a few million to make. And it ended up grossing well over 100, as far as I know. But that was really good. It was a good, not necessarily like what you would think of as a traditional horror movie, but more like this is a really creepy, really fucked up situation. Yeah. And that's where the terror comes from. Yeah,
you can feel the tension, or like the like you said, the creepiness. It's just kind of like something feels off, but you're not really sure what's going on until you do find out.
I've always thought of that movie as like Hitchcockian.
Yeah, it's got a very Hitchcock vibe to it as well, and it's crazy because it comes from Jordan Peele, who you mainly know as a comedian. From his work on Key and Peele. And
everyone was surprised.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, no way, the same guy who did that?
Yeah.
Like, and then he's like, I know after that he got a lot of offers from companies and stuff to make certain movies. That I know he got offered a lot of things.
There was a big one he was offered. Akira, I think he was.
Yeah, Akira.
They were talking to him to do Akira at one point.
Yeah.
Something else, I think they were kind of looking for him to do, and I don't think he's chosen what his follow up is going to be yet.
I could be wrong, but he's doing a show now too, right? I had heard some news that he's on to do some kind of folklore.
Oh I know what you're talking about. I don't know
like an
what
anthology,
it is.
An anthology series.
It's supposed to spin like some like folklore, but like with like African American heritage or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, that'd be cool. If the right network picks it up.
Yeah.
That could be great. But I really like to Get Out. And it's got like a couple of like really good like tense scenes in it, especially when he's trying to leave. And he's asking his girlfriend for the car keys, and she's having trouble finding them.
Oh man, that part was I was like, oh my god, just find the fucking car keys. And then you figure out.
So just so I'm not I don't kill anything, if this is, because this movie's in my top 3.
Okay. So
are we gonna talk about it again, or should we just talk about it now?
I think talk about it now. I mean, Atomic Blonde was in my top 5, and James just threw that out there. So what I had to say about Atomic Blonde, I just said it just now.
Cool. Okay. Well, yeah, Get Out was my number 2.
How about later on we ask what everyone's top 3 was, in case there was any any overlap.
Yeah. Yeah, it was my number 2. I expected it to be good, but not nearly as good as it turns out to be. Especially with the whole, how do you say, like, the twist.
Yeah.
Is crazy, you know what I mean? Something, like you said, something's going on, but not...
You can't really tell, yeah.
It's nearly, I would say, like, you can't really call all the twists that they have there.
Yeah.
You can't really say, oh, I saw that coming. You know what I mean? It's like some Outer Limits type
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would make for a good Twilight Zone episode.
Definitely. And there's the obvious social undertones that are great and completely relevant now.
Did you hear about what the Golden Globes were doing?
No.
Because the Golden Globes are weird, and like the Academy Awards, they actually have separate categories for like drama and comedy and everything. Mm-hmm. And I guess they didn't know what to rank it as, so they ranked it as a comedy. And now there's like this big like, how is this a comedy? Mm-hmm. And I know Jordan Peele was kind of like, no, it's a documentary. It's a documentary because like this is how people really feel. But I thought that was funny that they like. Is there anything funny in it? I mean, besides his homeboy, Lil Ray.
Oh yeah, I guess
TSA.
He's the comedic relief for sure.
But he only has like 10 lines in the movie. Not even that.
I feel like he is definitely like he comes to the rescue and. Like I said, the comedic relief, but definitely not enough to say that this movie's
put it in that category.
As a comedy.
No, it's way. If you have to choose between the two, it's definitely a drama. If you ask me, it's either a horror movie or like a suspense
thriller.
Yeah.
Do they not have a horror category?
No, it's strictly like comedy and musical, or everything else basically is considered drama. I mean, a few years back they said that The Martian was a comedy.
Oh yeah, and
even
won.
Even though it's not really a comedy, it just has comedic elements to it, but it's really a sci-fi movie.
Yeah,
or an adventure movie. But it's weird how the Golden Globes rank things, and I thought that them considering Get Out a comedy was really fucking bizarre.
That's like asking to get shit on.
Yeah,
pretty much.
So I mean, who knows if it wins for comedy? I mean, it's got a trophy, but
not in the right category.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know what other movies are there, like in the comedy category, or what's even listed in the drama. I just remember reading that controversy.
That's like racing a bunch of little kids and getting like a first place award. I'm like, cool, I beat these 2-year-olds. Awesome, I'm the best.
That's a great comparison.
I don't know. That's kind of how I feel about it. I mean, I didn't hear that until you said that right now. But that's kind of how I feel about it. It's like you're winning something that you're not even really competing in. You're being placed in this category. I feel like it's maybe just because it's Jordan Peele.
Yeah, agreed.
And he's a comedian.
Agreed.
That kind of sucks.
But I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, come Academy Awards time, there's only like one set of movies. There's not comedy to drama, whatever. It's like anything. So I would be curious to see what they do there, like how they would rank that, or if that's going to get any kind of love come that time. Did you guys see Keanu? Because I didn't like Keanu.
I saw it.
You didn't like it?
I didn't like it. I didn't think it was all that funny.
I liked it.
It's definitely one of those comedies that are really beating you over the head with the comedy, trying very, very hard to be funny.
See, and I didn't think it held a candle to anything they've ever done on the show.
I think it is very much them, but yeah, I could totally see how it didn't really nothing was fleshed out the way it is in the show, I guess. Like, they probably are better suited for doing little skits rather than
those
a big
little 2-minute, 3-minute skits.
You know what I mean? The movie's fun. It's definitely not something that I'd watch all the time.
Yeah.
But it's okay. So I don't know. I can see why you didn't like it.
I was just wondering. Get Out was great though. I was kind of glad that he